Guys, Bobby here from Peak Performance Academy, and today's Coach's Corner, understanding the variables involved. Okay, so what I mean by that, guys, is when it comes to training, nutrition, it's really important that you understand the variables that are involved in putting together a plan that's going to suit you and your needs. So if you're somebody that's never trained before, and you're given a plan that's going to be 4 or 5 days in the gym, lifting weights, or 4 or 5 days of cardiovascular work, aerobic work, is that going to be individual to you, or is that going to be something that you're going to be able to sustain? So you really have to look at that, and that's not looking at where you currently are. So if you're trying to set up a program for yourself, or you've got a coach setting up a program for you, the most important factor will be your background story. Where are you coming from? Where's the level that you're at? So that's the really important thing, because we're not going to go from 0 to 100. We want to go from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and so on and so on and so on. We go in increments as we go. So you build on your foundation that you have. If you've never trained before, you start with simple thing of getting a step count for the day. Just getting the body moving a little bit more. If you've never tracked a calorie before in your life, you're not going to start your nutrition by using MyFitnessPal, because that's just going to put you in a stress state. It's not sustainable. You're not well educated enough yet to get to that point. So the simple process there is just starting with the basics and starting with improving your nutritional profile. The nutrient dense foods that are coming in, the macros that are coming in, how much protein are you getting into your diet, are you getting enough fiber? Getting the basics right there first is really going to help you to understand food and understand food groups, and understand, okay, what food choices I have in a day. That's the basic foundation. And it's the same when we come to a gym setting, guys. When we look at somebody coming to the gym for the first time, we're not going to get them to do very high-end sets, very neurally driven sets. We're not going to absolutely kill them in workouts, because what's going to happen to that person is the amount of inflammation and the amount of muscle damage they're going to get from their very first and second sessions, that's going to set them back massively. So it's going to put them out of the gym probably for a week, and then it's not going to put them in a good mindset, and it's going to put them in a negative mindset towards the training, because they were really sore from it. So you can see there, and everybody's experienced this, your first day back at training, if you've been out for a while, you've been really sore after your session. So the key thing there is, you already know that that's coming, so you already have that in the back of your mind. Okay, I've been out for a bit, I'm going to go training, I'm going to lift some weights, or running, or whatever you're going to do in cardiovascular work. You know in the back of your head that you're going to be a little bit sore after. But for somebody that's coming in the door that has never trained before, they haven't experienced that before. So it's really important, guys, if you're one of these people that have just needs to change their life, change their lifestyle, their habits and behaviours, get fitter and just feel better about themselves, it's really important that you're thinking about these variables and not going from 0 miles an hour all the way to 100, because it's just going to set you back long term. So it's really important that everything is structured, everything is focused towards your background, where you are. So let's give a few examples. You've never trained before, you're going to have a step count. You're going to progress from a step count. You might buy something like a kettlebell. You might start to do some kettlebell orientated exercises. The kettlebell is not going to be too heavy, and you're going to progress through that weight. You're going to get used to it. You're going to get the body mobile. You're going to get the body used to this activity, because remember, you were walking, then you maybe went to some low level resistance training. Now you're going to transition your walking into one run a week, and you're going to go for a light jog. Again, if it suits your profile, if you're somebody that's going to carry excess body fat, it's going to be a while before we need to just get that body fat down, take a lot of weight off the joints, and then we can transition into something like running. But we can do other conditioning mechanisms. If we have the ability to have some sort of equipment, we could transition into some sort of equipment from the walking, just to step it up a level, and then we can move into the running when the weight comes down a little bit more, if you love to run. Maybe you might challenge yourself with your walks, and you might go on more hikes. So you're going for a bit more of a climbing, so it's going to drive the heart rate a little bit more, it's going to challenge the aerobic system more, so there's a progression there. And it's exactly the same in the gym. You come in, you have a baseline, you start, you be consistent, and you learn the skill of lifting weights, and then you build your skill from there, and we can build volume, we can build intensity, and we can build all that as we go along. And that's periodization within programming, both in your conditioning and in your strength training. So it's really important, guys, that you understand that, and you understand it from a standpoint of, don't go from 0 to 100 to change your life, go from 0 to 10. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on and so on. So guys, hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you get something from that, and just understanding if you're trying to change something, just step back and see where you are and go from that point just to the next point. Don't be going to here, okay? So like what you hear guys, you'll find us at peakperformanceacademy.com, all our social media platforms, also our YouTube channel, Peak Performance Academy, and you'll find our podcast, Reach Your Peak Podcast, live every Monday at 6 p.m. Please subscribe guys to all the social media platforms. I would really appreciate if you'd share as well on your social media. It really helps us to grow the brand and gets our voice out there a little bit more and to help more people. Again guys, have a great week, and any questions as usual, just drop a message down below or just contact us through our direct messages in our social media platforms, and we will be more than happy to help you. Have a great week guys, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.